The Silent Reclaimer, a story of Damion Scott. Page 1. The Return. Damion stepped off the bus in his old neighborhood, his Marine-issued duffel slung over his shoulder. The streets of East Baltimore, once filled with kids playing and families grilling on their porches, were now overrun with vacant houses, gang tags, and men posted on corners like sentries. He had spent 8 years in the United States Marine Corps, deployments in Iraq, Afghanistan, and special operations training had made him a ghost in combat. But now, standing on the cracked pavement of his childhood home, he realized he was facing a different kind of war. The drugs had eaten away at East Baltimore, and no one was doing anything about it. The local politicians were corrupt, the police either complicit or too afraid, and the community was powerless. He had sworn to serve and protect his country. Now, he would serve and protect his city. Page 2. The Plan. Damion had seen how warlords overseas used illegal means to fund legitimate operations. He wasn't interested in power. He was interested in reclaiming his home. He started small. Using his military training, he surveilled local and out-of-state drug operations, targeting suppliers and traffickers who flooded his city with poison. He hit them hard and fast, silent home invasions, tactical ambushes, and vehicle hijackings, always making it look like the work of rival gangs. The money he took wasn't wasted. He funneled it into laundromats, corner stores, logistics companies, real estate, and security firms. Each business was legitimate, employing local people who had no idea where the initial investment came from. He only robbed long enough to seed his empire, ensuring he left no trail for law enforcement or retaliation. By the time the dealers realized they had been hit, the money was already circulating through legal channels. Page 3. The Rise. In just 3 years, Damion's businesses became pillars of the community. Scott Security Solutions became the go-to firm for local businesses, pushing out corrupt private security firms with ex-military professionals. Crest Logistics and Freight dominated warehouse transport, giving ex-convicts and veterans jobs to keep them off the streets. Legacy Property Group bought and renovated abandoned homes, turning them into affordable housing for working-class families. He cleaned up his neighborhood without the city's help. New parks, after-school programs, and employment training centers. No politician could claim credit, no police commissioner could interfere. But he stayed in the shadows. No press, no social media, no public recognition. He was just a businessman. Page 4. The Exit Strategy. By the time Damion's net worth passed $500 million, he had already phased out the black ops side of his plan. His money was now completely legitimate, moving through high-return investments and private equity firms. The drug dealers he had hit over the years never put the pieces together. Some were dead, some were in prison, and those still active had no clue who had dismantled their network. The police never connected the crimes because the violence looked like internal gang disputes, not outside interference. Damion had made his move like a Marine. Get in, execute the mission, get out unseen. Page 5. The Legacy. By the time people started asking who had changed East Baltimore, Damion was just another successful entrepreneur in the city. His name was on community centers, college scholarships, and youth programs, but no one knew the full story. And that was how he wanted it. Because real power doesn't come from being seen. It comes from being untouchable. The end.